About 4 years ago in October 2014, I ran the Columbus Marathon, and that was my first marathon I ran, and I can safely say it was the hardest thing I've ever done. It took me about 5 hours, and for most of the time it was just this constant battle between mind and body, and your body is screaming at you to quit because your joints are hurting, your muscles are hurting, your tendons, everything in your legs are hurting, and your body is just barely hanging on, telling you to keep going. It was one of the most rewarding things in the world. Like, it's insane knowing what you can train your body to do, and putting yourself in that position of mind versus body. It grows your mental toughness a lot, and I think there's something so human and so deep about setting yourself up for a challenge that you're not sure you can do. We need challenges, and we need things that make us uncomfortable, that are worthwhile to face and overcome so that we can grow and be better. I want to subject myself to that again. I signed up for the Charleston Marathon in January 2019. So I'm a couple months into the training, and today I have an 11-mile run. It's my first run over 10 miles. So I'm about to go do that. I'm at my favorite place to run over this Ravenel Bridge. I don't know if you can see it in the background. I'm gonna go up over the bridge and back, and then go downtown Charleston a little bit. Did it, 11 miles. Feels so good. First off, please don't take serious marathon training advice from me. I'm just trying out this technique, and I'm not an expert. So if you really want to run a marathon, do a lot of research and figure out what works best for you. The biggest problem with my first marathon was that I set too much of an ambitious training schedule. It was what most training schedules look like, but I just wasn't willing to actually put in that work, and it was too complicated and too much for me to actually execute on it. So the whole training and the actual race was miserable, and I did way worse than I should have. This time I wanted to do it right, but I also wanted to make it easy enough and simple enough that I know I would actually follow through with it. Most of the training programs out there have too many variables for my liking. For example, they have pace runs versus tempo runs. And they also have cross-training days thrown in there where you do other workouts. All I wanted to know was how many days each week do I need to run, and how long do I need to run on each of those days to not completely fail the race. So basically, it looks like this. I have 4 exercise days per week, and I've found in the past few years that fits best for me. Every week it's the same. I run Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday. Mondays and Fridays are my short run days. Wednesdays are my medium run days, and then every Saturday there's a long run, and that long run gets exceedingly longer every week until it peaks at about 20 miles 2 weeks before the race. So right now I'm about at 11. A couple weeks ago I was peaking at like 6 or 7 miles on the weekend, and a couple weeks from now I think I'll hit 14 in 2 weeks, and it'll just kind of start going up from there. Those Saturday runs will every once in a while bump back down. So by the week, it'll go 11, 12, and then 8, and then 14, 15, and then 10. And as for the weekly runs, it started at 3:53, and it'll eventually get up to 5:85. Again, 2 weeks before the race it peaks. So that's super simple, and I absolutely love how simple it is. It's very clear, cut, and dry. I know exactly what I need to do, and most importantly for me, it's in my calendar. So I have a bright green calendar event every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday telling me how long I need to run that day, and an estimate of how long I think that should take me. So that helps me when I'm planning out my weeks to actually put a time block in there for when I am actually planning on running. We'll see how it goes in a few months.